One last timeout these days, both in the final 3 minutes of regulation, Brent, and overtime. Do you see any impact in close games so far with that?
Yeah, I think coaches now have to be very diligent and very selective about when it is they want to stop the game, Kevin. As you know, that timeout also allows you to advance the ball. And we saw it last year with this being sort of the lab for it. Many coaches who took timeouts that cost them chances on a free throw, where normally we would see the advancement of the ball, they had to go full court. So teams are still examining how they want to run the last 3 minutes, what they want to do with the timeouts, and it makes for a lot more drama if the game is closer, that's for sure.
I like having these coaches having to make big decisions like that, too.
I like it, too, because you like to see just how good the coaches are and then how many players can carry out maybe something that has a counteraction or some kind of slip screen where they execute something that carries over from clipboard to hardwood.
And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Reggie Bullock. Kyle Kuzma is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Ball, and it's Ingram, and at the 2 spot. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And it's easy to see just how dangerous Ingram is in the pick and roll. His size, the long arms, the shooting ability. The D has no clue as to what to do.
Here is Davis after the basket by the Lakers. Took him no time at all on that one.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, scratching my head a little bit about how the defense is trying to play this. No one there really contesting the shot.
Now here's Bullock. He had 13 points in the win against Charlotte. 5 on the clock. Ball kicks to Bullock. And it's off from three-point range. New Orleans with the ball. It's a three-point game. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Here's Ball. After Drew Holiday scored, and Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his first foul. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. LeBron passes the ball. Now Kuzma. Randle grabs the board.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
The Lakers with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. Holiday against Ingram. And it's Bullock in the corner. 6 to shoot. Here's Kuzma. And Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Floats it up for Randle. Davis finds Randle. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Yeah, I just love seeing it. Ball put it on the deck, using those long strides to get all the way to the cup.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Outside Holiday. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Now here's Payton. He had 16 points in the win against Sacramento. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Payton outside. Clock at 6. Back to Davis. Outside Holiday.
Well, due for a miss after 4 of 5 to begin this one.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans only taking possession. Los Angeles on D. They trail by 7.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots. And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Now here's Randall. 11 points for him in that last game against Sacramento. James wide open. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
Williams looking around. And the rejection by LeBron.
LeBron using his length that time perfectly. When he's in the area, you can't throw up anything lazy.
And it's Davis with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Payton left side. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on LeBron James.
Well, many people had some high expectations for Elfrid Payton when he was drafted 10th in 2014. His offensive game has come along nicely. He sees the floor. He scores on the inside. I don't think he'll ever be a perimeter threat. And defensively, he could be a little bit more active.
And Brent, as you mentioned, as good as Payton has made himself with the ball in his hands, his defense is holding him back.
Yeah, and some of those areas of weakness are easily addressed. You just can't get yourself out of position by overthinking possessions or gambling too much. It's just not a good way to go. So as much as you're the lead guard with the ball, sometimes defensively as a lead guard you can set the tone for a defensive possession. Payton needs to learn that.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his second foul of the game. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Now, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
And Los Angeles with some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for LeBron. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ball. Payton against Rondo. Payton kicks to Williams. 4 on the shot clock. 16 feet away. Drained for 2 points. Williams has got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win, surrender. In this high a field goal percentage.
Pass to Kuzma. They could use a bucket. The three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, there's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor, and that's Rondo around the rim where he can score.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
To the inside. No block shot. And McGee kicks to Rondo. Back to McGee. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
A moment now to see the stats for Holiday. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. Averaging about 16 points, 7 assists, and just over 2 steals. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Pass to Kuzma. He kicks to Bullock. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pelicans leading by 4. Holiday, the pass to Randall. Inside. And Davis gets it to go on the assist from Randall. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
6'10", quick off the floor. And Davis on the interior now doing damage.
Ingram kicks to Kuzma. And again, it's the Lakers.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Payton finds Davis. Back to Payton. Randall left side. Shoots from 14. Kuzma pulls it in.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 6 points.
That's a show of strength from Holiday. Certainly looks like he got hit as well, but he possesses the focus necessary to sink the shot.
Now here's Ingram. 26 points for him last game against Charlotte.
I'm not sure in that game if it was him or Dikembe Mutombo out there, guys. I was just hoping to see one finger wave after one of those 4 blocks. No, 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 not today.
Here's Payton following the bucket by the Lakers. Knocks it loose. McGee with the block.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it.
Outside for Rondo. The pass to Kuzma. Fires from deep. No good on that one. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
They capitalized on so many opportunities. The offense tonight just extremely fluid.
For New Orleans, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. As much as Drew Holiday can contribute on the offensive end, Brent, with his scoring and playmaking, he's also a very capable defender.
Well, he's more than capable. He is one of the better defenders at that position. And the more years Drew Holiday has in the league, the more he's got a notebook of what it is guys like to do and the things he can take away. Great hands, great lateral movement, and last year showed up in a big way defensively for Alvin Gentry.
So it's the Pelicans now after the basket by the Lakers. Passes to Okafor. Miller kicks to Moore. And the Pelicans miss again. Lakers trail by 4. Here's Ingram. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, we've got great dunkers now. You played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top.
Yeah.
MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
New Orleans is gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Outside Holiday. A 3-pointer, no good. The Lakers on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Lakers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And it's tied up with that one. Jackson, he's checked in for New Orleans. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Miller outside. He's looking for Okafor and finds him. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Rondo against Jackson. Rondo passes to Hart. Off target from outside. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 42% to begin this game. And Moore kicks to Jackson. 1:03 left to play in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Ingram against Moore. No good on the three. Right side, Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Rondo playing with great energy right now, putting the defense in some very difficult spots.
It's his first trip to the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Jackson against Rondo. Jackson kicks to Moore. Pass to Diallo. Down low. Jackson gets the bucket. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally, you love for all of your shots to come from that spot.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jackson against Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Moore with the steal. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Holiday has been on display for New Orleans. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after 1.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Pelican 5 right now. We've got Okafor, Darius Miller out there with Diallo, and then there's Etuan Moore, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And so it's New Orleans with it. They've led by as much as 10. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand. And Moore kicks to Jackson. Pass to Diallo, the 10-footer. And that one hits back iron. Okafor with the steal. Moore outside. He dishes it to Jackson. Over Rondo. Jackson misses.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
Caldwell-Pope dishes to Rondo. LeBron up top from outside the arc. Shot clock reset for Los Angeles. Here's Hart. It's good from long range. Now it's a 3-point Laker lead.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Jackson against Rondo. Jackson passes to Diallo. Changes up, and it's good on the layup.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's James. He's coming off a 28-point game against Charlotte. kicks to Rondo. Back to James. Shot clock at 5. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. James has got the lead up to 3 now for the Lakers. For New Orleans, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Jackson up top. He's covered by Rondo. Jackson finds Miller to the middle. Here's Okafor. And the foul's on Shep Diallo. That'll be his second foul of the game. New Orleans making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Lakers leading by 3. Rondo passes to Caldwell-Pope. Inside. James in the post. Can't connect from short range.
Like the tactics on defense there. Refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Okafor. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Okafor's got his second basket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the foul called on ABC. That is his first foul of the game. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. It's Caldwell-Pope with the drive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jahlil Okafor. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
Moore inside. He's guarded by Caldwell-Pope. Offensive rebound. Here's Okafor. The second effort. Rebounded by the Lakers. McGee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And LeBron James gets it to go.
Well, the combination of power and finesse, it just is automatic when LeBron gets down low. One of the most efficient paint players in the game.
And Moore kicks to Diallo. Dishes it to Williams. Kick out to Moore. Shot clock at 6. Here's Williams. Back to Moore. Jackson in the corner. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Jackson's got 5.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
James outside. Back to Rondo. Caldwell-Pope for 3. Pelicans pull it in. Diallo's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for New Orleans. Moore against Caldwell-Pope. Moore dishes to Okafor. Here's Moore. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Goes back up. And Okafor with the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Julius Randle's checked in for Okafor. Anthony Davis comes in for Shaq Diallo. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Ejuan Moore. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Frank Jackson. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Tyson Chandler is checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Josh Hart. Ingram, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. New Orleans gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Williams finds Davis. Shoots from 14. The offensive rebound. Payton. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now here's Payton. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Even though Davis gets bodied just a little bit, he still knocks down the shot right in the defense's face.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. Ball, the pass to Kuzma. Ingram wide open. And a miss there on the triple.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. To the inside.
And really, Ingram is as complete a player as they come. Not only awesome on offense, but just spectacular on D as well.
Payton outside. Outside, Davis. He kicks to Holiday. Shoots over Ingram. The shot, Holiday, no good.
Well, team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Ingram.
And how about the deceptive strength of Ingram, just willing his shots in over the defense.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting a measly 26% in the second quarter. To the middle. Chandler against Randall. Here's Davis. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Phenomenal strength there by AD to take the hit and finish that one.
And Anthony Davis, a great defender by most measurements, but you know, Brent, some feel his defensive development has plateaued the last few years.
He still gets a lot of blocks, over 2 a game for his entire career thus far, and he doesn't have the same impact that he once did, but you know, guys are shooting a lot more three-point shots, Kevin, so if you could find a way for AD to get from the lane out to a Steph Curry 28-footer, Alvin Gentry's listening.
Now here's Payton. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. 6 to shoot. Fades. And it's Davis missing.
He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Ball. The shot. No good. Payton with some nice D. And Holiday kicks to Payton. To the paint. That's good from Davis on the assist from Payton. 10 points for Anthony Davis.
Well, you risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Ball with it. Now Payton defending. It's LeBron with the drive. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They've led by as much as 10. And then Randall slams it in.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Ball. Following the score by New Orleans. James kicks to Kuzma. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 3 assists tonight.
A great assist there from LeBron. Going to try to set the table all night.
Holiday finds Davis. Williams with the ball. Now Davis. He had 25 points in the win against Sacramento.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Yeah, there's no stopping LeBron right there. He's done that thousands of times.
Miller's checked in for Williams. The Lakers have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Now here's Davis. The feed to Randall. Chandler with the steal. Out to the right wing. Unloads. Kuzma, that's good. Kuzma's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, The onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around it.
Now here is Miller. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Outside Holiday buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got 11 points.
Really like the form from Drew Holiday there. He always looks to take those if the D is going to back up off him.
From deep, James. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ball against Payton. Back to Randall. Down low. Holiday gets the bucket. Now it's a 3-point Pelican lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
LeBron passes to Kuzma. Over to the wing. The pass to LeBron. Back to Kuzma. For 3, Ingram. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Payton outside. Passes it to Holiday. Kicks it to Miller. Poked away. Stolen by Ball. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. LeBron James on the wing. Here's Kuzma. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And even though, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hands.
And even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right. They're like, see, we had it right all along. So good call, fellas.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Pelicans lead by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Drew Holiday was red hot to start the first. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
They got to get more aggressive on the glass. Over the first half, we saw them being schooled down low. You know what I'm going to say, Ernie. Barbecue chicken. If I was coach in the locker room right now, they'd be getting an earful. Extra rebounding. Effort will pay off in other ways. The energy is really where it starts. Something like that, Ernie.
And now with the second half about to get underway.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, Kyle Kuzma displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. They've got LeBron James. Lonzo Ball out there with Brandon Ingram. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Bullock in at the 3. Here's Holiday. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Peyton's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by Julius Randle. Ball with it. Now Peyton defending. Ball kicks to Bullock. Pass to Kuzma. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Lakers, number 1.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
And it's Bullock missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Randle. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Randle's got 8.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Ingram attacking. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Nobody near Williams. Off target from 3-point range.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Love how quickly the King got out there. The first 2 steps getting that break started.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Peyton kicks to Randle. The dish to Williams. Randle against Kuzma. Trying to get open is Davis. Randle no good. Lakers trail by 9. LeBron passes to Kuzma. To the paint. Ball against Peyton. It's James atop the key. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. He's got 11.
James so quick there on the draw. You got to know he's ready to shoot as soon as he's going to catch that pass.
Kuzma against Randle from 12 feet out. The Lakers with the rebound. Ball's got 4 rebounds in this game. James kicks to Kuzma. James against Davis. LeBron outside. Pass to Bullock. It's tipped. Randle with the ball. He's got 8. Outside Williams. Back to Randle. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
For New Orleans, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Morris checked in for New Orleans. Frank Jackson comes in for Peyton. Now here's Ingram. 10 points for him. To the left side wing. LeBron kicks to Kuzma. Ingram right side. Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. James, the pass to Ingram. Left block shot on the way. The pass to Kuzma. Rebounded by Moore.
And priority number 1 has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency And the last few years, he started to take on more and more volume in terms of the three-point shot. Hasn't changed his percentages, though, at all. And I would give him the green light as much as he wants from beyond.
Bullock dishes to James. Back to Bullock. Lets it go with a three. Kuzma kicks the ball. Holiday against Ingram. Kicks it out to James. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. James has got 6 points in the quarter.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
And here is Moore. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Davis inside. He's guarded by Bullock. Just 4 to shoot. And Davis puts it in.
Yeah, this is a tough one. The D is giving up way too many open looks, guys, and they're paying for it.
Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Check Diallo. He's checked in for New Orleans. Passes it to Kuzma. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Chandler the pass to Kuzma. Over Jackson. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
Outside Holiday. He kicks it to Jackson. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his third foul of the game. New Orleans making a switch here. Miller's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Rondo's checked in, and first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Ingram. He's really producing here second half of the season. Averaging 17 points per game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Okafor. Nice D from Chandler. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Los Angeles. A 12-point game. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, G8, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
And here's Rondo. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. He dishes it to Ingram. Back to Rondo. Over Jackson. Rondo's shot is off.
Yeah, bad shot there. The trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Now here's Jackson. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Moore against Ingram. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Diallo kicks to Jackson. Drains it from beyond the arc. Jackson's got 11.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. New Orleans leading by 13. Moore finds Jackson. And here is Okafor. Back to Jackson. And the layup is good. Jackson's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
Ingram attacking. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a chance to check out the numbers for James. First in scoring, 4th in assists, and he's in the top 5 in the league in steals. Those hands are like meat hooks. Not much gets by him.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Drew Holiday's checked in for Frank Jackson. JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done. The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Rondo finding his teammates, that is his greatest strength on the floor.
Holiday, the pass to Diallo. Inside, and finished off by Okafor.
And that's such solid fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by New Orleans. The kick out to LeBron. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for McGee.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Randall's checked in. Diallo the pass to Moore. Some solid defense from Ingram.
Okay, and he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
New Orleans leading by 17. Here's Randall, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got 12.
Look how active Moore is being on offense, especially watching him share the basketball on that play.
Kuzma, good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got his 6th assist on the night.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Miller outside. Pass to Diallo. Kick out to Moore. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Williams, he's checked in for New Orleans. Payton comes in for Ejuan Moore. Muscala, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Caldwell-Pope comes in for Brandon Ingram. James looking around. Count it. LeBron's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Double team on Holiday. Kicks to Payton. James against Williams. To the inside. That's good from Randall on the assist from Williams. Williams has got assist number 5 here tonight. Lakers trail by 20. Outside Rondo. They get a hand on it. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. 1:10 left in the third. Payton against Rondo. Payton kicks to Randall. It's stolen by Muscala.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
Good on the bucket. And that's now 17 points for LeBron.
Once James takes off towards the basket, the defense really has no chance to react and or stop him. What determination from the King there.
Now here's Payton. This is his second trip to the free throw line. That free throw, no good.
Well, we've seen indications of Peyton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for New Orleans. Now here's James, 17 points in the game. And the foul called on ABC, and that'll be his third foul so far. Williams against James. Pass to Muscala for the three. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Here's Randall. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Randall's got 16 points.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
And as we conclude the third. Quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Pelicans ahead, running away with it. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And here's Peyton. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Peyton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Anthony Davis is out there with Randall, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. That's the Pelicans 5.
That's a perfect lob leading to a spectacular dunk from Davis there. Threw it up on time, on target.
James, the pass to Bullock. LeBron against Davis. James kicks to Bullock. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Holiday finds Randall. The kick out to Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Davis. LeBron grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 20. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Bullock. Davis against LeBron, and James throws it down.
Well, you got to try to keep LeBron away from the post as much as possible. That time, too deep, turns around, and gets the dunk.
Holiday against Caldwell-Pope. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 20 points.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
LeBron against Davis. Now here's James. Back to Caldwell-Pope. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. He can't get that one. Good D by Williams. Pelicans leading by 20. Outside Holiday. Pass to Peyton. On the wing, Davis. James covering. Davis kicks to Holiday. Releases. That one off the back iron and out.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. That 3 off the mark.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
And there's the call on James. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Randall. Puts it up off the inbound, and he lays it up and in.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Timeout called the Lakers. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. We hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Reggie Bullock. Josh Hart comes in for Caldwell-Pope. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Ball.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
And finished off by Davis.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Williams against LeBron. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Just look at the list of career accomplishments by LBJ. To me, the best small forward that's ever played this game, and on the short list of the best player to ever lace him up.
Brent, with LeBron being one of the all-time greats, he is certainly the greatest player of this generation, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Ever since he came into the league, I mean, there's just been, in my opinion, no missteps whatsoever. He's handled himself on the floor with an incredible determination to prove that, Kevin. All the hype, all the anticipation, he's lived up to it about tenfold.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Holiday surveying the floor. Davis kicks to Williams. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
LeBron passes to McGee. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And James is so unpredictable in the pick and roll because he can do anything he wants to do. You're at his mercy.
Williams finds Holiday. Here is Davis. Shoots over Kuzma. And it's Davis missing. James with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. LeBron with the block.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
And the first one at the line is good. Morris checked in for Drew Holiday. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
On the free throw, no good. New Orleans leading by 19. Feeds it to Payton. Shoots over Ingram, and Payton gets it to go on the assist by Williams. Williams has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. James kicks to Hart. Players are talking about the new sports science. Better sleep, recovery after lifting, playing, traveling, whatever it is. They say it's making a difference. What do you think?
I think it only makes a difference if the guys put it into practice, Kevin. Like, as much information as they can hand out in a team meeting and sort of give you directives about how it is you should rest and when it is you can get your sleep, players won't see those benefits unless they're as disciplined as they are with trying to get better in the offseason as they are with making sure that they get proper rest to be at their athletic best for competition.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Chandler's checked in. Now the feed to Davis. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. James against Williams. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Last season, LeBron James becoming just the 7th player ever to score 30,000 points in a career.
Well, he's like a rare steak, Kevin. Obviously, he's not done. Might have the best shot of catching Kareem when it's all said and done in terms of total points scored in the league. Maybe approach 40,000, but ultimately, he's definitely in the top 3.
Moore got a piece of it, and he gets it back. They recover it. Hart the pass to Kuzma. From deep three-point range. Hart, no good. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for New Orleans. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Good on the shot. That's now 22 points for Julius Randle.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Ingram against Randle. Ingram dishes to James. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas these teams in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into this season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Payton looking around. Down low. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 10 points here in the second half.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
How about that? Tyson Chandler with some muscle on display. He's skinny, but the strength to power through that time. The second overall pick in 2001, Tyson Chandler again started his career with the Bulls, where he and Eddie Curry were supposed to be a new version of the Twin Towers. That never quite worked out, and Chandler had 3 different coaches there in Chicago in his first stint.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Hart. He kicks it to Ingram. Off target with his 3. Looking at Chandler's evolution, Brent, things really started to change in New Orleans.
Well, he averaged over 12 rebounds a game there in his first season under Coach Byron Scott, and then a few years later anchored that Dallas defense during their championship run with Dirk Nowitzki playing out of his mind. But there's still a lot of talk from Tyson Chandler about the mentors that he had early on. Guys like Charles Oakley, Scottie Pippen, Antonio Davis. Those guys really helped him to stay on course as a young player coming into the league.
And the Lakers call time here. You look around the NBA, amazing players, global interest, franchise values are going through the roof. Do you feel like the league is entering a golden age if it's not already in a golden age?
I think it is, Kevin, at least offensively. What we've seen over the last 5 years with the adoption of most of the teams of the three-point shot, it's been some of the greatest offensive basketball the league has ever seen. And this idea that the evolution of the game stopped when it is that number 23 retired is kind of silly. I love where the game is at. I love where it's going, and I'm excited to be here tonight to watch this action with you.
Which number 23? We've got two pretty prominent number 23s in the history of this game.
I was thinking the
most
one
recent
I played
23?
against. Yeah,
oh,
that
that 23.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Rondo kicks to Muscala. Misses the three. Pelicans leading by 21. Williams finds Payton. Williams with the ball. Randall surveying the D. Outside Williams. Rebound the Lakers. Fires from 14. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
He had a nice open look right there. And that's now 27 points for Davis.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for New Orleans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out the record for these guys, tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Anthony Davis.
Well, he really contributed down there on the offensive end. Seemed like he was hitting anything he was putting up.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Julius Randle. Diallo comes in for Anthony Davis. Hill, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Jackson in for Drew Holiday. Jackson kicks to Payton. And he banks in the layup.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
And good that time.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
And so the Pelicans now can just hold on to the ball. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Payton outside. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin, with Julius Randle. And Julius, you get it done at multiple ends. Where has your focus been in terms of approach?
Just taking what the defense gives them. I'm a lot more patient, let the game come to me. Don't really try to force things as much. Sometimes I get out of character, but just try my hardest to let the game come to me the most.
Well, you were a big part of the win tonight, Julius. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.